Hello and welcome to Building Research Relevance. My name is Stephen Shaw. I'm the chair of the Department of Educational and Counseling Psychology at McGill University. And this is the last of the 25 sessions of Building Research Relevance. This is a project that I've been wanting to do for many reasons. I planned this series, this little video series, because I experienced a lot of burnout professionally and personally for a lot of reasons. And I knew I had a chance to reboot things coming up. So this was an exciting chance. I was also a little bit cynical after seeing so much bad research being rewarded. And even solid quality research is still mostly irrelevant to theory testing, theory development, just general knowledge base, or to the clinical practice of which I'm dedicated to. So I wanted to write something where I had an opportunity to set forth an agenda. I wanted to have a chance to create something, despite the demands of my time as a academic middle manager, which is what being a department chair is, and just massive amounts of stuff. Now I know a lot about budgets, so that's good. I know way too much about my colleagues, which is mostly not great, and some of it really amazing. But it was just a chance to restart. And so this was something I could do that didn't create a lot of time and energy as writing manuscripts and writing grants and things like that can. So it was a chance for me to do it. So I appreciate everyone's patience. And the positive side is my department chairmanship ends as of June 2nd. And the new chair, who's just unbelievably fabulous, is already taking over many items. And that kind of frees up time and sort of my heart and soul. And to be honest, I've complained a lot about it. Being a department chair is really not a bad job. In the right position, for the right person at the right time, it's fantastic. You can make a huge amount of difference in that role. But the timing and other parts of my life made this the wrong time for me. So I was put into the position kind of shoulder tapped. And for various reasons, I stayed in it for 2 years, which is a lot to be an interim chair. But what I wanted to do is to begin to build an agenda and time to start writing. The writing is hard, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of work. So videos are a little bit easier to do. It's a great way for me to produce something, to be creative, and to outline the future agenda. Getting in that habit of carrying out creative work, working towards full projects is a big part of what I wanted to do here. So I planned 25 sessions January through April, and with a few exceptions, I produced 2 a week for this time period. And as the 25th session, I wanted to be, especially appreciative that it's through. Now, not that many people saw these. Either they weren't really good enough to catch on, or that I didn't really market them well. And that's perfectly okay. It was really about production. So it's great to have these. I'll keep these up on the YouTube channel, and we'll see if anyone goes with them. But it's very exciting because these are raw, they're unedited, they're exploratory. I ramble frequently. I get that they may not be useful. And they're also very generic and surface. We didn't really get too much into detail. For those interested in some of these topics in a little bit more depth, I will be using these videos as fodder for blog posts that appear in Psychology Today. I've written for Psychology Today, but really haven't done very many blog posts. So I suspect at least 15 of these videos will be turned into blog posts over the year as my writing practice gets better and stronger. I'll be returning to real life as an academic rather than worrying about course assignments and kind of the daycare sorts of activities that a department chair does of breaking up fights and mediating things. Rather than doing that, I'll be able to actually do a lot of work. So expect me to return back to the normal academic life of grant writing, running a lab. I really do miss spending quality time with students. I really haven't. My students have been successful despite of me and not because of me. So getting back to that and helping them to make good trouble is something I'm really excited about. And also be producing manuscripts at a rate I'm comfortable with. I'm still probably not going to meet all the incentives. I just did our merit exercise for our department, and we have people publishing 10 to 20 papers a year, which is quite a lot. That's fine. It's just not where I'm at this point of my life. But I will be producing manuscripts at a good, comfortable rate, and obviously I have talented students, so I'll support them as they work. But my plan to do this is to, in this new setup for the lab, is to really build an infrastructure so that we have relevant research. And this includes building consortia for team projects, whether we call it, big team science is cute. That's a nice, cute word. But developing consortia for school psychology across Canada and even into the US, assuming there still is a US academia. Creating improvements and mechanisms for improvement in knowledge translation, helping to make implementation science a real growing component of school psychology research and practice, working on some forensic meta-science, because it's really important that when we have error or even fraud in research, in many areas it's an inconvenience, it can throw things off, but we're supposed to be an evidence-based practice, and we use an awful lot of that research to inform actually what we do with children in providing mental health and academic interventions. And I think we have a responsibility to ensure that those are really good research, and build that credibility up. I'll also be working a little bit in a related area on some research integrity issues. That's important. I might even launch a journal at some point. That's something I've given some thought to, because as I've been an editor for, I stopped being an editor probably almost 11 months ago. But after being 11 years as an editor of two different journals, I see kind of the advantages, disadvantages of how things are going there. So launching a journal could be a lot of fun. And doing a little bit more work on philosophy of science, especially philosophy of clinical science. I think that there's some space in that area that needs to be filled, and I'm happy to do it. Book writing is also something I enjoy doing. I like that form of writing. I find writing grants to be torturous. Writing books is a lot of fun. And writing, very much like writing blogs. Blogs are a lot of fun too. So what's going to happen is I will probably take my entire summer to reset, reboot, write, create quite a bit of infrastructure. And in the fall, I'll most likely return to producing videos. I have some very talented students that I'll like to include, but the next rounds of videos will be more professionally produced and edited. Like I say, I have some really good students in this area, and they'll help me out. We'll probably do a lot more interviews, and we'll have a lot more of a marketing plan. And as an aside, I think my sense of humor is improving a little bit. I'm hoping the next set of videos will be more lively. However, as we close up this particular series, I'd like to thank those people who supported me, who left comments, who talked to me about this in the hallways, and students who took a look at some of these. Like I say, not a lot of folks did look at them, but the purpose was to create, and I think that's what we did. As we learn lessons and moving forward, the next round will be a little bit more of intended to have an impact. But this should be fun. See some of this information show out in more detail on blog posts. Some of them, like at least 2 or 3 of these videos are worthy of full-length process to really dig deep, and the type of thing that will be manuscripts in the near future. Especially the one a lot of people looked at, called the open source analogy model, which is something that I've considered writing up, and we'll be doing that. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm excited about it. You'll probably see me in the fall. In the meantime, look for the blogs on Psychology Today. I'm still on Blue Sky as Shaw Psych, and you will see this work appear and grow, and hopefully this little seed created by this video series will begin to expand and grow, and you will see more of me. Better to the point, you'll see more of my students as they really start to grow into this field. But thank you so much, and have a great day, and thank you again for listening and watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.